Kick the recording in here. Goes the encoder and the intro.
Me that it carries away. Rory in traffic, I move through the hate. Watching land and learn, I'm feeling myself. Hop about the road, they calling it murder. Fool for thought this shit, it came with a stir. Repeating my level of body you reach. I just keep it on the up and up.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all another episode on Up and Up. I am your host, as always. You could have been doing anything else. You could have been rocking anywhere else. But y'all decided to come and kick it with us. As always, I appreciate that. I got the squad back in the building with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I'm saying? Controversies at the top right-hand corner. How you doing tonight, sir?
What's going on, bro? What's the deal?
Everything is everything, man. I'm back to work tomorrow. I hate it here.
I know, man. Don't feel so sad. Maybe things will change.
Yeah, like me finding another job. But that's neither here nor there. Look. B, what's the word, sir?
Chilling, man. Same thing. I'll be back at work on Monday. So
Hey, man,
it is what it is.
Too, so you already know what time it is. Look, Josh, what's going on, man? Back in the building again.
I'm back. I'm here. I'm ready for it.
Look, RDM is in the building, man. Touch Events is in the building. Look, we wait for the other ones, but we're going to go ahead and jump right into it because I'm not wasting no time today. Look, how was y'all weekend? It's beautiful Memorial Day. Hey.
I had to work, so it wasn't really wonderful for me.
Got it. All right. So, bro, look, you said your shit was pretty much the way it's been the last few goddamn weeks. Hey,
oh, yeah. It's been very hectic.
Look, shit. It's been a goddamn minute now. Look, time out. Hey. Look, my shit has been, it's been good, man. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Look, I was driving downtown and I noticed all the foolery downtown because that's what we gonna talk about at the beginning of the
Yeah.
per Big Gretch and her opening up some areas. She didn't open up the lower peninsula with our shit. She didn't open this up, but guess what? She said, forget all that. You know what I'm saying? People was like, I'm gonna go out here and party any goddamn way. Look, so they closed down Belle Isle over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Look, they turned around and had that mug. It was already messed up because of the flood, because of all the rain that happened. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she turned around and was like, "Look, man, y'all can't have these 10 or less gatherings is good. We don't want no more than 10." Everybody said, "Look, that exponentially means that we can have at least 100 plus. So we're gonna go ahead and add you and your cousins, and then y'all gonna tell somebody, and you know how that shit go already." So that's how it was going down. Look, downtown was slapping hard though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, it wasn't just downtown. It was, you had Houston. You know what I'm saying? They was doing a fool in Houston. They was doing a fool in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like everybody that was from Michigan went to Atlanta. And I thought it was some type of convention. I missed the whole thing. I clearly didn't know what was going on. So,
well, what it is it's a couple of states they're more open than us, and people want to go shopping and party.
Yeah, but what we shopping for? We ain't got nowhere to go. We just shopping.
People miss the mall. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I miss going to the mall too.
But for what though? Like, what are you going to the mall for?
I don't think I missed the mall.
To shop. You can't even go buy sneakers.
Who's gonna buy something for what? Where are you going? What are we doing?
We being at home.
So I want to be fly as hell at home.
Hell yeah.
That's garbage. They
don't spend it. They got the money, so they're ready to spend it. That's it. They ain't been able to spend their money.
Hey, they got the shirt, match the tee, match the motherfucking hat, and I'm ready to go sit in the living room. Yeah, that's just horrible, man.
It was clean out there yesterday, though. All them people was out there, they was super clean. When you ride by Rouge, you seen them out there shining. So
look, they had the special dope boy rims shined up, ready to roll. The 28s, damn 28s. Look,
they was clean as hell out there yesterday.
I went shopping because all this quarantine weight, I can't fit shit that I got.
Well, I mean, Josh, you know what that means. You just got to stop cooking and stop eating all that shit.
Man. Ain't nothing to do but eat.
You're right. See, that's why we got to go to the mall.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to go to. Look, well, y'all know Great Lakes is going to be open on Thursday. So, you know, if anybody really is dying to go to the mall, that's your chance.
I mean, I still wouldn't go. Not right now. I mean, I really do feel like a lot of people just don't understand. Like, this is very serious. And it's people that still spreading this virus. And, I mean, man, we going to lose a bunch of more lives, man, before it's all said and done.
Look, but look, that's half our battle right now, bro. Like, look, we got even more things to worry about, you know what I'm saying, which is going into what I'm about to talk to y'all about next. You know, this is my first week where I'm giving out the annual Karen Award. There's a Karen Award that exists this week. You know what I'm saying? If anybody is familiar with the Karen phrase or whatever,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. See, look,
I work with a bunch
You're
of
already
them.
on point. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's for the people that like to, you know what I'm saying, call the authorities on people for no apparent reason or whatever. You know, and that goes to Amy this week in New York City at Central Park. You know what I'm saying? Because someone was out there bird watching, and you know, instead of minding the business that pays you, you know, you want to worry about him because he's worried about you keeping your dog on a leash, which is legit a law when you're walking through Central Park. So, you know what I'm saying? Long story less longer. You know, she decided that, you know what I'm saying, she was gonna call the police on him, but not before sitting there looking like she was basically couldn't control her dog or hold her dog on the little leash that he did have before putting him on the leash that was supposed to be on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the black guy whose same last name as hers was Cooper, no relation though, decided to be like, look, I'm gonna record you at this proper moment so there's no confusion to the authorities that I was doing anything to you. I didn't threaten you, even though you tried to sell it and get the tears and all the other shit. You didn't do a good job though, because we know how that goes or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. I'm saying, long story less longer again, she ended up losing her job and her animal that she had that she was clearly couldn't take care of on her own. Good. So kudos to Amy out there in New York.
You said she lost her animal. How'd she lose her animal?
She lost her animal because in the video, it looked like basically like her dog like was pretty much moving her instead of her being able to move her dog, and like she was just like pretty much like holding it down to the point where it couldn't move itself. So you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you clearly can't take care of the animal that you're supposed to be taking care of. You just got it 3 days ago. Like that animal was brand spanking new in your possession, and clearly you didn't need it. So you know that there's that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
I don't know. I feel funny about that last part, but the other part, she deserves everything she get. But how you gonna snatch my dog just because I couldn't hold it steady? You gonna snatch my dog? Bro?
No, she was trying to snatch her dog into place though. She couldn't hold it steady herself.
That's what I'm saying.
The dog was supposed to be leashed.
Afterwards. I'm not talking about during the situation because you said they took her dog afterwards, right?
Yeah, because you clearly weren't fit to take care of that animal to begin with. Then you know what I'm saying, and then you're sitting there worried about me and my bird watching while you're out here walking your dog, which you're not doing a great job of.
Okay, I hear you.
Again, you know, that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know, the fact the real Karen Award goes to the people that like to call the cops with no justification, though. That's what we're pretty much wanted to acknowledge her for at that current moment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Amy Cooper out there in the universe or whatever, you know.
Okay.
But no, I got a few things that are really hot button topics that I really want to hit. And honestly, it's going to be interesting tonight. I can't even say that it's going to be good or bad. It's going to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's like we've been pretty much tackling a lot of hot button topics, you know what I'm saying, the last few weeks or whatever. Last week, if you tuned in, then, you know, we were talking about everything Alexis Sky had to say or whatever. I told Mr. Controversy that if I'd have seen half the shit he said, I would have posted it. But I didn't get none of those messages, though. So I'm happy I didn't, but it is what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? First
you should have had me on the show.
Look, I was happy I had a full panel of non-biased individuals, not like you.
First of all, I'm not biased, but you had all those nice guys on there. You got a bunch of nice ass answers.
Look, you know damn well Dale. Shout out to my boy Dale who came in the city and what I said. And Black, those are not biased people. They don't have biased bones in their body. They're politically correct.
I'm not biased either. I'm honest.
I know. Yes,
Look,
you are.
you are, Josh.
Very blunt. Yes, you are.
Thank
you.
We
appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Look, amen to that. Look, Cotty, hey, what's going on, bro?
Good.
So look, the first thing I want to tackle tonight with y'all, man, is this D Wade Zaya thing or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I didn't want to go there, but
wow.
I had everything through the weekend. It was a lot of hot button topics through the weekend. I got plenty more, but I wanted to talk about this first before we even go to the rest of the shit I got or whatever, man. Because the next topic I got behind this is gonna correlate with what we're talking about. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, D Wade, supported his kid by getting red hair. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Allegedly. I don't know for real. Like, I haven't seen him get red hair since he was an NBA star ever.
He did post it. Yeah, this is true.
You know what I mean? But I wanted to know how y'all felt about it. Like, do y'all feel like, he's projecting his own particular things to his kid, or is he really being supportive of his son, daughter, them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn.
I mean, no, I'm being for real. I want to know.
What is them?
I mean, but look, technically.
All right, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
So,
yikes.
So I really feel like it is good what Dwayne Wade is doing, because he's supporting his child in a world that looks bad upon what his child has chosen to do. So the one place you should get support from is the people that you live with day in and day out. So it is very strong and very courageous of him to stand up and do what he's doing, because if you don't get the support you get at home, where are you going to get it from?
That's true.
I agree with that.
Have nothing to add to that. That's exactly what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I agree with Jill said wholeheartedly. I'm with that.
Look, well, look at you, Joe. I'm proud of you for having that moment.
Yeah,
look.
I have to admit that I have to agree with him.
Look, Josh, you have to put the word on top of that, because look, I really thought Joe was gonna go to the left with this, and he did not.
I can't go to the left for a number of reasons. The main reason is support is the number one issue in the LGBT community. And that is a number one reason why many do not come out, quote unquote, say, is because they fear that they won't get the support.
Like they're supporting our child.
Facts. Okay, then look. I'm proud of y'all right now. I had this thing going completely the opposite way. But for that to be said, I'm going to go ahead and jump on what y'all said and add a comment to that. You know what I'm saying? Jaleesa said that I think D-Wade is doing for his child what he wanted someone to do for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all too often, especially with parents or whatever, and, parents in our era or any era in the last 10, 15 years or whatever, like, you don't have parents that's really like, that's going to support you through thick and thin, good or bad or indifferent, you know what I'm saying, and whatever it is that you choose to do. So when you have that or whatever, some people like to just really take on those type of situations or the road that they have to walk by themselves in. So it makes it more difficult then, especially when, you have nobody like like Joe said, to even, not relate to, but even talk to about the situation that you're dealing with then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, see,
go ahead, bro.
Not to cut you off, bro, but that's what I was gonna say. I really do feel like in the African American community, like we don't support our kids enough. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm just speaking from the, my time frame of growing up. Like, it's things that we want to do, and you don't have, like I say, the people that's with you day in and day out. They don't support you the way that you need. And then they get mad when things go south, when you start doing stuff that you're not supposed to do. But it's like, okay, I tried to be on this right path. I wanted to be this great football player, and I couldn't get that support. So now that I'm in the streets, now you want to be mad and say I'm messing up my life. But where was you when I wanted to do this decision that I felt like was best for me. So, like, you know, that just got to change, man. They got to change, especially nowadays, because kids now, you know, even if they feel like they're different from whatever they are, if they don't get that support, and then you going to school and you getting bullied by these kids taking their lives now. It's like every day.
Absolutely.
That's bad. That's bad. However, I do believe that our generation are changing the way they support kids growing up nowadays. Not even though, like you said, you know, kids taking their lives every day, especially when they're being bullied in school and things like that. But I do believe parents, you know, in our age range are actually being there for the kids a lot more than now I'm not gonna say our parents personally, but parents back in the day when we were growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's
you
true.
want to do something, you know, our parents would say, you know, go out there and do it, whatnot, but they won't actually listen to what they, you know, they got so much going on. They work and they probably single parents, so they're not focused on everything we want to do. Or whatnot. They try to just be focused on making sure we got something over our heads, make sure we got somewhere to sleep safely and whatnot. But we're actually being near, you know, day in, day out a whole lot more because it's too much more going on in this world than it was back then we were growing up, you know. So I do think that we're actually trying to make that generational change for the kids growing up now, and we are supporting them a lot more than we used to. We're still not doing enough of it, but it's still progress. So I do take that.
I agree.
Huh? Look, I had a rebuttal to go with that, but I really can't remember what I was gonna say. So you know, I feel good about what y'all said already. Look, Charnay said the problem is that our culture doesn't understand healthy parenting. We are always told tough it out. Let's be quiet and keep it in the family. Man, now that right there.
That's very true.
That's very true.
Extremely true.
That's true to this day.
I mean, even when you come to certain circumstances in black families or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, like I said, like I've known people who have experienced some form of sexual abuse in their families or whatever, and their whole idea is to be like, all right, keep that under wraps. We don't want them looking at that person in a bad light. Why? That person did the shit. Why am I gonna look at him in a good light when you sat there and did that? I'm not about to be ashamed of something that happened to me. That you gotta bring that to light. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, it's gonna be like, what's gonna happen is the conversation is gonna come up down the line. So it's gonna be like, oh well, what did you do to deserve that? Then that's bullshit. I'm tired of it. Circle, especially in African American circles. I done knocked my thing out because I felt some type of way. Because that right there, it's all too common at this point, dude. You know what I'm saying? And when it gets to that certain point, it's like people get tired of hearing that shit then. You know what I'm saying? That's in a rape culture, that's in a domestic abuse culture, that's in a lot of cultures.
Sometimes that comment is warranted though.
Which part?
I mean, what did that person do to, you know, cause whatever situation? Sometimes that comment is warranted.
But not in that particular thing when it comes to black families and in the rape culture in black families, though.
You said
like,
rape?
It can't happen. Yeah, the rape culture in black families. Like, you know how, like, it might be an uncle, it might be an auntie, it might be a male, it might be a female. It depends on the circumstance. Like, it's not just a particular group or genre of people. It happens, though. You know what I'm saying? And when it does happen, the only thing that people will say is, what did you do? How did it happen? It's entirety. And that's
no comment.
That's not a good look though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what made you think that I deserved anything that happened to me in that moment then? Why was it my fault? You said what, Josh? You broke up right there. I couldn't hear you.
I was saying a lot of times it's what made you think I did something, you know?
Exactly. Come on, man. Look, like
I even did nothing. It may have just happened.
You see what I'm saying?
You guys are right.
Don't.
What? I don't want to be controversial on this topic.
That's
wait.
who you are. Come
this
on.
topic
I know, but you know, I'm always ruffling feathers. Not right now. I'll wait to the next topic.
That's entertainment.
Huh?
That's the entertainment.
Speaking, hey, go ahead, bring it up now. We speak out on it now. You know what I'm saying? At least you ain't gotta hold it back. And we
speak out on what?
We know you don't mean no harm in it because you're not about to be one of them type of people. So just go ahead.
Oh, I wouldn't rape anybody.
Facts.
That's not where I thought that was going.
I'm gonna read these comments because look, damn that. Look, So Randy said, I have so many people that didn't have the support that hurt so bad because most of them have to live in the streets or whatever. Talking about what we was talking about earlier. And that's another factor I want to pinpoint, and I'm going to come back to that in 2 seconds or whatever. Candace said, daddy brain already, LOL. I'm going to bullet point that too or whatever, man. And Jaleesa said, black families are notorious for covering up rape/molestation within the family or blaming the victim. And Chile, if that wasn't what we was just talking about there. Keitra, let me like her says, let me get this together. Keitra said the problem is people don't want to address the uncle or aunt in the family with the mental health problem. It's not always. And the mental health problem is definitely a factor in what we're talking about or whatever. Because some people might not be stable, you know what I'm saying, when they're making those type of decisions or whatever. But understand though, the fact that there's always a fact where you can point and blame the victim instead of the person that initiated the whole thing is really saying so much about the culture in its entirety. Right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that needs to be addressed or whatever, especially because it's a difficult conversation to have. People don't want to have that conversation. Nobody wants to talk about that. That don't mean it don't need to be talked about, though. Excuse me, I get my drink in, man. Look.
I can't relate to those situations. I don't think I ever looked good enough to my uncle to rape me.
All right. I appreciate that, Joe. All
right. Now, that's how you break in, Joe. I feel that. Respect. You had to break the move real quick.
What's up, bro? What's going on?
All I'm saying is, all that blaming the person that got raped and all that stuff, but a lot of people don't tell. They wait years down the line to finally say something.
And they have to take fun at that, you know, because if you don't ever say anything that something happened to you, that's still partly your fault because you could have got this bit in the bud a long time ago.
But you got to understand that still goes hand in hand with if they say something, are the people that they're saying it to going to believe them then? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to sit there and take the... Connie, look, understand.
Wait, hold on. I understand. I definitely understand where you're coming from, for sure. I absolutely do. I do, for sure. I'm telling you. I definitely understand. But still, no matter if my mother, if I would have ever been in a situation like that to a point I got raped as a kid by my auntie or my uncle or my pops or whatever happened like that, and I told my mom, she didn't believe me the first time. All right, understandable. It sounds ridiculous because I'm family. Cool. Wow. If it happened again, and I tell you again, I'm not about to keep making up the same story until you start paying attention. Eventually, you're going to start looking and listening. You're going to start looking for details and things like that that start happening. And then guess what? Eventually, it's going to come to light. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, the only details your mom could have found.
Get raped before it come to the light, though. You didn't got to
the only details your mama could have found is your butt bleeding.
Oh my God.
No, he said eventually it'll come to the light. How many times you got to get raped before it comes to the light?
That's true. That's crazy. You're right. But I mean, I don't know. I gotta ask somebody who been through there before, and how long did they tell them to take to ask somebody? You know, I don't know.
The problem with family is they're gonna say, "Why? If you tell years later, why did you wait till now? Why did you wait so long?"
Man, you know, people are scared to tell things like that because, like you said, like I said, it's gonna be a hard thing to believe at first.
Is it really being scared though? I mean, just think about it. You got people that's coming out you talking about 20, 30 years, talking about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. What are you scared of? Like, it doesn't take much just to speak up.
But bro, you already know the R. Kelly situation.
Yeah, they said R. Kelly was threatening them and blackmailing them.
R. Kelly situation and this situation almost go hand in hand, minus the money. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly was a iconic figure in the 90s. Wait a minute. He's an iconic figure in the 90s. So with him being an iconic figure in the 90s, think about somebody trying to go against R. Kelly in the 90s when he's making hit after hit and he's paying so many people then. Ain't nobody about to hear that shit.
So I got a question for you, bro. I got a question for you. If R. Kelly is paying this person to keep quiet until the money ran out, aren't you just as wrong as him? Because you wanted that money. You accepted that money to be quiet because it gave you a lifestyle that probably you were addicted to. So you chose not to say nothing. So don't wait till the well run dry for you to now open your mouth because nothing's coming in.
And that's partially true. But you got to understand too, though, brother. The flip side to the coin that you're talking about is that if I'm a singer and I'm a female singer, and my career is riding on that man, how am I gonna sit here and go against one of the iconic R&B innovators in the '90s? Though you can't do it. You can't win right there.
I mean,
don't say you can't do it.
How?
You can't. You just won't.
Who won? Who won in the '90s? Tell me. Nobody came out and said none of that shit in the '90s that they said in 2020. Who won?
You're right.
Exactly. So that's telling you already that they had to wait till the well ran dry to even have a conversation about the shit there. I mean, look, I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. Y'all know how we doing it, man. Look, all day, all tips to the boot, man. Look, Josh, I feel like you want to say something.
Oh no. It definitely falls back to a fear factor of it. Like a lot of people don't say nothing. They never say anything because they're scared of what happens after they tell. You know, whether it be what happens to them, what happens to their family, what happens to anybody. You know, it's like once you say something, now it's out there. What happened?
Well, I'm just saying, if my uncle tries to stick his dick in my butt, I'm gonna tell.
I'm snitching. I don't care. I'm snitching.
No, I'm just saying, I would have told.
It's not even snitching, though, Kanye. It's just you.
It's not snitching, but Mom, your brother just stuck me in the butt. Can we do something about that?
Look, it's a wrong. The wrong is this. I'm telling y'all about the wrong. I'm pointing it out to my family. Anybody that needs to know. Period. That's wrong on every level. Do not do that shit. I ain't for that. I'm gonna make sure I let my parents know, my extended family know, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody be like, well, what did you do? Man, look, I need my parents to slap the hell out of the person that say that shit then.
And then we got to go get them some help because they mentally challenged right now.
Where's my I ain't got the tambourine. I was gonna tambourine the shit out of that motherfucker. Look, you know what I'm saying? Randy said, because you don't want to upset your family. It's not that easy just to tell your family or your mom. I disagree. At this point now, I understand what, like, in the time frame that, you know what I'm saying, Randy's operating there, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was hard to tell people, but now though, it ain't no reason why you ain't giving nobody the whole motherfucking tea. I'm giving. If anybody in my family try to do the most, I'm giving them the tea. Look, hey, they
man, I guess
I thought it was inappropriate. I didn't like it.
I guess it's just different for everybody, man. That's all I'm saying. Real quick before we move off of it, I remember this guy I used to work with him. He told me that he used to get raped by his babysitter. His babysitter was a girl. I asked him, what did she used to do? He said she used to make him eat her out. He said for 8 years, he said he never told his parents until it was 8 years. He said it really messed him up and it made him hate women. Now, me being me, I didn't understand because I'm like, shit, if she was making me eat her pussy, I'd probably be happy. You know what I'm saying? I was a little scared.
8 years, you the eating champ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I say, it's different things for different people. You know, he got hurt. He like guys now. And I probably would have enjoyed it.
See, and Joe, you made a great point because it is part of like it's part of a I gotta find the right word, bro, because you got me.
It's situation.
It's different for everybody.
Exactly, because to me, I think I'd have been like, okay, well, I had this older woman. I felt like it was a learning curve for me to be better when I was doing to a certain.
I mean, I'm just right. See what I'm saying? I was watching porn in the first grade. You think I'm not gonna like my babysitter making me eat her cooch?
In most cases, at that age, you got a cute babysitter that you got a crush on.
It's way different for a guy compared to a female.
Look, let me read these comments because I want to come back to this for 2 seconds and we're gonna keep moving, dude. Because it's funny what he's just said, what Joe just said, is really tied into the next topic or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Said R. Kelly was paying for those girls, so the parents are innocent in the situation. Agreed. You know what I'm saying? The parents,
no.
Like said, the parents.
Some of them parents sent their daughter to R. Kelly wrapped in a bow. Some of them parents ain't innocent. Some of them parents go to jail.
Definitely.
Angel said it's hard to question that answer if it never happened to you. Also, some parents will turn a blind eye because they don't want to lose the person that they're with. Well, period.
If a cousin grabbing my Johnson, I'm gonna go tell my people if they don't believe me. If I'm big enough or I got some homies, we gonna have to whoop that cousin ass or something. If my family don't believe me, something gotta shake. We gotta make it work.
Look, JJ said y'all just like 6ix9ine. Real niggas don't snitch. We know JJ just talking nonsense. 6ix9ine is the wrong example to give, man. But I ain't even talking about 6ix9ine right now, man. Look, we ain't even talking about him. Just say Catherine said it's not that simple. Delisa said you don't know what you would do in that situation if you've never been in that situation. And it's easier now. All right, y'all, it's easier now. I'll say according to what's going on or whatever. Whew. They in the comments firing though, man. Look, so I wanna piggyback on pretty much what Joe said, and it's gonna pretty much roll us into the next topic or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna talk about the Boosie shit or whatever. So obviously, y'all know what Boosie did. If y'all don't know, I will reiterate for y'all to give y'all a clue what's going on.
We know.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, Boosie got an older woman, you know what I'm saying, a hooker, call girl / female escort, whatever you want to call her, to basically give his son, you know what I'm saying, some oral. You know what I'm saying, in hopes that he wouldn't turn out on the opposite side. I did all that right, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So
you said just oral?
Yeah, just oral. Like, you know, he just
okay.
like, you know, she was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, you do this for my son. I don't want him to be on the opposite side. Do this right now. You know what I'm saying? And that was after all the D-Wade shit.
Was he doing that as a shot at D-Wade? Like, hey, let me try to hook my son up first before I cut his Johnson off?
No, he was doing that like, I want to make sure my son knows what's what, so there's no confusion in the future, basically, is what he
basically make his son a man early.
Right. You basically broke him in at an inopportune moment. Like, if I'm a kid, I'm enjoying kid things. He said, Dad,
how old is your son?
12.
12?
12. So, you know what I'm saying?
All he got was his dick sucked.
Yeah. But so, again, to anybody operating in the parameters of the 90s, early 2000s, it'll look like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? He just got some hair from an older woman. Wow, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, with everybody being politically correct, it's like, okay, well, it was a statutory rape because the kid didn't consent to the shit, which is legit. You know what I'm saying? It's legit.
But if he got hurt, isn't that consent?
He ain't say stop while she was in the act, right?
Right.
So he consented. If he ain't say stop, my dick, I'm full wide in your mouth. I might as well finish off.
How about the war, y'all, right now, dog?
Look, Cotton,
y'all
because I'm about to go there. Look,
in the next 30 seconds, y'all have some people attacking y'all.
That's 2 men that got daughters, though. Understand what y'all saying, though.
Okay, but wait. I'm just saying, this alleged thing that Boosie did. How do we know what was the conversation before this even happened? Maybe his son wanted to do that. Maybe he wanted to get his son. Maybe he wanted to get his son somebody clean so he can just go ahead and experience that. What is wrong with that?
So look, Joe, look, your 12-year-old son in 2020 is gonna be like, Dad, I really want to get some hair from a 30-year-old right now.
I mean, like, if my son came and asked me that, I would get him some hair from somebody that I know that's gonna suck his dick and they ain't nasty.
What the fuck?
I mean, I'd rather me help him than him go out there and get it and then he get some shit and his dick fall off.
I'm gonna make a comment because I know where B was getting at. It is different. Like, would I push my son to get head at that young of an age? Nah, but if he came home and told me he got it done, I can't get mad at that. Now it's different because I got a daughter, so I'm on my daughter's head. Ain't none of that teaching, none of that. You gonna wait till you old to find anything out.
I appreciate that, B. As long as you know where I'm going with this shit, man.
I know where you was going.
Because
Joe is hilarious, dog. Joe is too funny, dog.
Joe is in the bag right now, man. Look, Joe is all the way in the bag. And I want to read these comments so I can get this thing back full circle or whatever, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take it from where where Randy left off at. He said, my family don't even fuck with me now, and we used to be a close family. And I sometimes feel like if I didn't say anything, my family would be better off. All right, I'm going to bullet point that right there. Y'all hold that for 2 seconds. Angel said, it's hard to answer that question if you've never been in that situation. And there are some parents that will turn a blind eye because they don't want to lose the person they're with. And then Jaleesa said her take on the Boosie situation is that what he did was not appropriate. However, this is nothing new. I know hella dudes who that happened to. Not saying it's right, but it's very common. And JJ said, I wish my dad did that for me.
What is wrong with the Nixon boys? What's the?
I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. If my dad did that for me, that nigga would be my hero today.
The MVP, most valuable player.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey man, how many of your friends you can go to and be like, hey man, my dad hooked me up with this 40-year-old. She sucked the shit out of my dick. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really say that.
On God. You like, on God? Oh man.
But you gotta understand too, bro. Like in today's modern age, like you know what I'm saying. Like, see, to us, like that'd have been a one up. You know what I'm saying, to us there. But like today, it's like, man, it's not proud. It's not that it's frowned upon. It's just that it's, you know what I'm saying. It's like it's a form of abuse. You know
I don't even see how though. I mean, these kids is doing everything before we did it. So what's the problem?
You know what I'm saying? But it's like the
internet
between
the problem.
Man, look, that's a whole nother factor right there. The internet is a whole nother factor, and you already know that. Like, you know, that has part to do with it or whatever because of the influence that they're getting from there, the influence that they're getting from certain peers that aren't
from school.
School too, but not being in a structured family though too. If you see certain shit that's going on in your household, and it's stuff that we might deem abnormal, but it's normal to them, then yeah, you'll be like, okay, well they've been doing that shit forever. Then. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is a real serious comment. So, kids today, right? They are exposed to so much stuff, but you gotta think about it. The cost of living is way much higher now. You basically gotta have like 2 parents making at least $20 an hour. I mean, shit, if you got a family of 4, just to take care of y'all and be straight and not worry. The kids now, like B just said, the internet is teaching your kids, and then the kids at school is teaching your kids. The parents, you can't be involved raising a motherfucker when you got to work 50, 60 hours just to make sure you're straight.
You hit it on that.
Shit. You got to pay a whole fucking month of paychecks to get a damn car fixed nowadays. So it's fucked up.
Like, I'm talking out of experience, nigga. You be like, my nigga, man, I had to get my brakes. I had to get my brakes done the other day. $500.
But look, if you want to be technical in what Joe said or whatever, like just to piggyback on it or whatever, like that's a whole other topic right there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's pretty much eliminating the 2-family household, even if you got a functioning 2-family household or not. If one person is always working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and you got one person taking care of the kids, then you know what I'm saying, you're still creating a household that they always wanted to create in the first damn place. You know what I'm saying?
But shit, you can't even say the other person is raising the kid, because think about it. Your kid going to school, what, 8, 7 to 3, 7 to 4 even. I mean, shit, you at home waiting for the kid to get home, and shit, that's your time to switch shifts. What if y'all got, 2 alternative schedules? One at work, one working day, one working at night. You ain't really with the kid. The one that work in the day gonna be sleep at night. You're never spending time with your kid. Saturday ain't enough.
I agree, because this is my thing about the. All right, do you remember back in the day, it was just me, you, and Joe, and we had to find out shit ourselves. You feel me? If we had the internet, like the way they have the internet now, I don't know where we'd be at right now. We wouldn't be right here talking. I'm glad we came up, we were coming up with technology, but it wasn't far ahead of us as the way it is with the kids now. The kids can find anything. You can jump on Google and make a mistake and just type nuts. All you will see is balls everywhere. You be like, damn. We was coming up, we had to plug the phone cord into the internet.
Dog.
It was a different time. Like what I was telling you the other day, B, it was like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we had half the resources they had, then, you know what I'm saying, it'd be a different story in terms of monetary wise or whatever, because we didn't know how to basically utilize it to his maximum capabilities or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that they ain't doing it right now, because you got people that's getting it in, that's streaming, that's doing their streams, doing their videos, that got their channels, that's out here killing the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a knock against them. But you know what I'm saying, with the capers and the things that we did back in the day, oh, trust them, understand. We had an internet on fire right now if they had that shit for us back then. Period.
The shit that we used to do back in the day, we couldn't do now. Everybody I had a camera in there with that girl. That's rape. We ain't even take pictures of it. We took the camera wherever we went. You can't really do nothing now. No, I mean, not saying you're supposed to be able to do stuff, but like the kids will never be able to do what we used to do. We used to be able to stay outside and break daylight. Your kid got to be in the house at 7, 8 o'clock now.
Facts.
Big boy facts. I can't deny that shit. I can't deny it, man. Look, you got it. You got it. Look, so what I got? Oh, 14? Oh, yeah, I got just enough time. All right, so bet. Kwame is being released as of June 12th. I can tell y'all a story about Kwame Kilpatrick, because that's where we're going to end that right there. I can put the notebook down now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that I was reading about, that I was pretty much reading their commentary on, like, you know, you had a pretty much divided crowd of people that felt like, okay, I'm happy that Kwame getting released. Some people like, man, Kwame is a criminal. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, XYZ, I'm going to give y'all a backstory if y'all didn't know about this. Most of y'all knew about it or whatever, because we all grown enough to know. But, you know what I'm saying? Technically by law, and people might not like what I'm about to say, technically by law, Kwame didn't break any law.
He didn't.
Kwame signed over certain things to be put into place, but it was signed by Bobby Ferguson. So technically, Kwame didn't break the fucking law. When it came to basically the fraud charges that came about, the bribes that came about, all that stuff had Ferguson's name, not his name. Of course, it got to travel through Dog, but at the same time, it's like, my name ain't on there. So by law, like with Slick Rick, I ain't got to worry about taking a hit if I got somebody else to be the fall guy for it. That's one thing. Allegedly, you know, Tamara Green's murder is still unsolved, but they didn't decide to bring that up until now that he's being released. I got my own feelings about that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nothing about that or whatever. But you know, I say it all that to say that, you know what I'm saying, the 28 years was a stretch. He shouldn't have did 28 in the first place.
Yeah, because there's white folks that did that crap and only did 2 or 3 years.
Can I say something real quick?
The RICO Act goes.
No.
Go ahead, Joey. Let's go.
I want to say this real quick. Kwame did nothing different than the average politician does on a day-to-day basis. The only difference is Kwame was a nigga doing it in the spotlight, and it's sour to everybody. That's the only thing that make it different. Because they all get caught. They all find ways to cover it up. Like I said, Kwame, it's messed up because Kwame was a nigga. And that's why the light is just so shine on it. It's so bright on it. But one thing I do want to say as well, a lot of stuff that like Dugan was doing his first years, his first term, a lot of that stuff was because of Kwame. It was deals that was already on the table because of Kwame that was supposed to went through. So it wasn't even Dugan that made all that stuff happen or brought Detroit to where it was. This was already stuff that Kwame had on the table. He just never got a chance to make it go through because of what happened to him.
That's true.
And I'm gonna say that when I was a citizen of Detroit under Kwame Kilpatrick's leadership, shit was good.
Yeah.
You know, he was getting downtown Detroit together. Police was, you know, the police system was better. Like, shit was good back then. And it's sad that they had so much hatred, and like they were just so against him, and they made it their determination to take him down. It's really bad because he was doing a grand fucking job being the mayor of Detroit.
The problem is he lied. If he'd have just told the truth about it straight up, it wasn't nothing they really was gonna try. That's like he went against the prosecutors and all that. He lied. That's like even Coleman Young did worse. But the only thing is, Coleman Young told you to your face, "I'm doing it," and what? What you gonna do? He was honest with it. He stood for everything that he was talking about. Kwame lied. If he just kept telling the truth,
Yeah.
I don't think it'd have been as bad as it was.
No, and that's the thing that really killed Kwame or whatever. Kwame got so arrogant in the whole run of what he was doing that he felt like, okay, I got to a point where I'm so above that I'm untouchable then. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, that's not the case. You still got the same, you know what I'm saying, the same complexion that everybody else got. So you need to move a different type of way then. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact of that. Yeah, your counterparts are gonna get away with everything. And you as a lawyer and you study law, you need to understand that this. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, okay, well, if they did it, I'm gonna do it too. No. It don't work like that. Because chances are, what's gonna happen is the same thing that happened to you in real time, and they want to make an example out of you because of the status that you're at then and the way that you operate. You know what I'm saying? Let's get one thing clear. If I'm out here doing my shit, I'm gonna have me a motherfucking Boost Mobile, a throwaway, whatever name you want to have for a phone that's not my main phone. I need that with me then. There's no reason why I shouldn't have that at that political status then, if I'm gonna be on that bullshit. Now, if I'm not, then all this shit is null and void then. But that right there just gave him an excuse to even go even further. Like, okay, well, we got you right here at this, and now we're gonna take it all the way over here to that and make an example of it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't deserve none of that shit though. You know what I'm saying? And it's a divided front on how people feel about Kwame, because some people say, well, he stole money from the city of Detroit. People are stealing money from the city of Detroit forever.
They stealing money
no
now.
different than them. Y'all are able to recognize who he is because you have the right thought process to see what's going on in real time now. Dennis Archer was no different than Kwame Kilpatrick, minus the bravado. Period. He wasn't.
If I worked for the city, I'd be stealing too.
There you go, bro.
I mean, I'm just telling you, I would. I'd be stealing money too.
This is what you said, B. The problem is the white folks took a notice to Kwame because Kwame was getting knives. They said he could have ran for president. Obama said that he could have looked at being a senator. It was all types of offers that was there for him. The white folks they put a look at him, and then after that it was over. He could have been something bigger, but like you said, even that crime that he committed, 28 years is a stretch. It's white people that do that same crime that get 2 or 3 years. And some of them don't go to jail. Some of them
they don't even do the whole 2 or 3 at that.
No, you getting 16 to 18 months on good behavior. Period.
In the feds.
Oh yeah, in the feds.
I'm just telling you, in the feds.
The ass.
They need to go ahead and let Kwame out. You got 6ix9ine is out here walking around shooting videos, and Kwame's still in jail. This is a travesty.
Sure.
Let Kwame out.
Amen.
Look, you see, Rick about to finally get released come July. Shit.
Oh yeah, white boy Rick. Yeah.
And even he got the whole stretch for what he did or whatever, man. Like, look, like I said, I'm not knocking nobody for the criminal transgressions that they committed or whatever, but you got to make the time fit the crime every time, though. Period. You can't sit there and give me a Stretch Armstrong for the same damn crime that somebody else did.
The justice system ain't just
at all.
Yeah, because Tekashi free and Bill Cosby serving his time like a G. How they let Tekashi go, but they making Bill Cosby serve every day his crime.
Because he's not black.
Bill Cosby was stand up.
What color is he, Joe?
He's Mexican.
That's worse.
That's worse. That is worse. It sounds worse. You said we at the bottom now?
That's all bad. At least Bill Cosby stand up.
Yes, sir.
Hey, before you close the show, I just want to say this. Connie, next time you get on live, please choose a different pose because you just not looking straight.
Dog.
I couldn't even see a Connie picture the whole time. He said you not looking straight.
Oh, just chilling.
I didn't want to do that shit like that.
Look, man. So, you know what I'm saying? My last few minutes of the night, You know what I'm saying? You know, I always shout out my people or whatever, man. I got about 5 left. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, as always, I want to shout out Yum Shots. Let me go ahead and shout out our sponsor and our, you know what I'm saying, proud proprietor of liquor-based treats, alcoholic beverages, Jello shots, pudding shots, and bartender. Anything y'all need, that is at yumshots.com on Facebook, Yum Shots on Instagram, and Yum Shots in any search engine that you have that exists. Let me give it up to RDM Transportation. Y'all see Josh's background right there. It can get y'all anywhere in this fine state of Michigan. Let me switch to that real quick. That's Kakani right there. We don't want to see you. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I'm saying? Get you anywhere in this fine state of Michigan, anywhere y'all want to go and beyond. We got touch events. You know what I'm saying? Look, bro, the doors are open again slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everything will be back to, it ain't back to normal. Everything will be back to working order for what we trying to do. Let me give it up to Y&Y Landscaping. Jay Young out there. You know what I'm saying? Anything y'all need done to y'all outdoor, you know what I'm saying, outdoor vanity, you know, y'all need bushes, y'all need grass, y'all need trees, they got y'all covered. I covered that. All right, bet. I'm good.
And tell Jay to holler. I might need some grass work done. If my dude don't come through.
No, that's for sure right on. You already know we can pass that along to the young Jay, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yeah, I felt good about today or whatever. I always feel good about every episode I do. Like the last few have been really, they ain't been controversial. They've been really touching or whatever though. You know, like we've had a lot of good feedback in the last few weeks or whatever, man. Like I've enjoyed, you know what I'm saying, doing this or whatever. I'm kind of mad I got to go back, you know, but I'll still be on Tuesday or whatever to bring y'all this same type of content or whatever. But as for the whole virus thing, man, it's another wave coming. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I ain't really got more to add to that shit or whatever, dude.
Hey, quick question, B.
Yes, sir.
Who won the 112 and Jagged Edge battle? Because I ain't see it.
Well, the internet died on them, so they had to pretty much hold it at a certain point. But as they were going, I heard that 112 was winning, even though there's no way that 112 should have been winning. But you know, 112 was winning.
Wait. So I got off of this one, but on Twitter, I saw a lot of comments saying 112 watched Jagged Edge. On Facebook, I saw a lot of stuff saying Jagged Edge watched 112.
You said Jagged Edge watched 112?
Yeah, no, on Facebook, a lot of people said Jagged Edge won. On Twitter, a lot of people said 112 won.
Look, I feel like 112 messed up because they brought backup dancers into the Look, I ain't never seen neither one of you guys in 112. Who the hell is they back there?
Nobody knows. Like, who is that?
That's the new guys in the group. They got 2 new guys.
Oh my God.
So they like the braided dude from Drew Hill, basically. They came in late. Got it. Okay. All right.
Real quick.
Look, but besides that, shoot, I ain't got no quote for y'all. Look, we just trying to be safe and protect ourselves at all times because you don't know what's gonna happen, man. At this point, man. Look, I just want everybody to keep being blessed, keep staying prayed up. If you gotta go back to work, now, please stay safe, protect yourself. And besides that, we out, y'all. God bless. Thank you for tuning in on another episode. I'll see y'all next week.
Thank you to the delivery people.
Amen to that, Josh.